is the ma Ghana for and make us be a man because and I buy a lot of education. Lot of education. Pants who person be education be patchobra Facebook na be shebi. We are starting for 150 130 momrana yenko enim.
Yeah.
Akwa me catch say there will be a legislation be the 24-hour economy ne beba.
Right.
Me san catch say accelerated export development council no. President John Dramani Mahama na ne betra no. What did they want to do? They basically want to do import substitution. Say Ghana ye import driven economy. Before kaka na change say Ghana no. Ne ma ye de boy ho bra ne ye di dodo na ne ye krefi amanfo kurum e na ba ye kurum. Ye de kakra bi na eko. Ne eko no so a ye mfa finished product na eko. Ye de ye raw materials na gold any ade no na saa de no ka economic literature do ka say it is susceptible to price shocks ye kire ne say saa de no ne bo no enya de ye from eso timete any ade it would dan mu ye ne finish goods de a ye den ade bia nipa ne bedidi de bia nipa de beto bibi enti no ne ye eno so value no ebuo wo eti na Ghana cocoa value chain do say ne ye second highest producers of cocoa beans after Cote d'Ivoire no value chain ni nyina no Ghana nya just about 10%. But Switzerland na cocoa dia bia nsi wo no onunya sika bebre na Ghana na fibia ya bro fo kakraka bi say syndicated loan yakwaje besia de ababo ye cocoa yi ano ho bra. That is obroni beka no economic absurdity,
right?
And tosum enti me 24-hour economy. And now I'm checking my personal channel. Many videos. I think I'm one of the few journalists that my a lot of videos on 24-hour economy. So Obusam my direct answer, yes, I believe in 24-hour economy. My strategic management analysis, my energy analysis on my personal channel, critical analysis, people can check it out on those channels. I strongly believe in 24-hour economy. But they be an American balancing policy, and I'm blueprint and a document, they can speak to the document. So that's what we are going to do. So there's the beautiful picture. Elizabeth Officer, I think Techiman North. Minister for Trade, President John Dramani Mahama and Mama Jane, and so on. Let me give you a background. Why did we get here? I may skip you and I'm a father. Osha Ghana, Ghana youth, and when it comes to statistics about the youth, the area I can pick it from is the Ghana Statistical Service. Ghana Statistical Service Q2 2023 because there's not a latest update of this data. So I can only use 2023 Q2. Q2 means that second quarter of 2023, they told me my say Ghana unemployment 14.7% of the youth. Now, Kokwa, also me catch the data. It's never absolute. For you to get a better appreciation of the data, you need to break it down. When you break the data down, you see, said, look at it. Am I 17.7%? Now, Ghana, am I near Juma and near Juma Pan? Yeah. There's a data. Now, because Ghana to move your data anywhere. Your data on everything. 17.7% and do you know why I'm saying this? When women are less empowered, they are susceptible to abuse. This is the data. And remember they are 10.9%. The 14.7%, male unemployment is below that. But female unemployment is above the average. So that tells you it is grim. Warren. Another data me dey as a background data way. As we speak, young crabby 15 to 35 years who go school oko baby a chere adwuma apprenticeship shopper omuni training institutions BM omunya adwuma wo baby a 2 million. They say 100 Robertson me say omo age na between 50 to 30. 100 Robertson na police post on Facebook no. Utie video we akohwe bi 26 28 24 27 oni bibia ye yese bonsam bo obi aye den inside that hono inside adwuma no bo ne pa data ni 2 billion. They are not in education, they are not in employment, they are not in trading. Ye kosuku aye huom, ye ko ba bi e chensa na adwuma aye huom, ye ko dwuma mu nzu aye huom. Na kokwa when you strip the data down, this is it.
Age no you're saying
15 to 35.
I'm not surprised. Okay, Ashanti Regional Command.
Yes.
I'm Robert Omuchio. I think this week, right?
Yes.
Obete 26.
Yes.
24.
Em
said the na when you need kakra wumukra 36 or something like that.
Yeah.
Or no the emphasis across it, but majority of them.
Yes. Data nini. It's not a Ghana Statistical Service abasono.
Okay.
They produce lot of the NFN. I had they say females out of almost 2 million, a man quite 1.2 million. One into a hookup adoso.
Yeah.
I quite on data no. One into a mutugu for boys nechi.
Teenage pregnancy.
One into teenage pregnancy adoso.
Yeah.
This is the data. Me see every single thing is Ghana with data. Ona unhuya na any yankin predominate the youth NEET compared with males. When you look at the gap, 1.2 million for females as against 715, a difference of about 500,000. This is the background. Now, another background I'm the man. I say Ashanti region. Any atosu you Greater Accra. When you pick the Greater Accra region of 565,000, I suffer from this NEET. Not in employment, not in education, not in training. Ashanti region is second.
Right.
So I'm giving you all this background to come to the 24-hour economy and why you say to I think say we should focus on it and it will help us. Now what? Me and so we will search GPT roughly because I know a high school debate man go fintem. So I just needed some casual data. I didn't want to read more. Now so I want to look at the breakdown of European economies. Or say one, most of the economies are the services, finance, ICT, digitalization, France, Germany. Most of the economy is services. The second, what? Industry, manufacturing, about 15 to 30%.
Right.
So meaning that when you go to most European countries, on the average, what manufacturing contribute to the economy, the GDP, is about 15 to 30%.
Right.
So I decided to compare with Ghana. And my country said Ghana data, and I'm a Ghana Statistical Service. Let's look at it. When you go to Ghana Statistical Service, Ghana's contribution of GDP, I say that here, the transportation, the manufacturing sector is 6.3%. Meanwhile, when you even pick Asia, in the 80s, they were doing an average of 15 to 20%. But in 2025, Ghana is doing 6.3%. This is Q4 of 2024. This is the data. So this is the October, November, December.
And our highest
the outlook of our economy, no?
Highest has to do with
information communication. This is good. I mean, no, this is good. This means that we are digitalizing our economy. There's a lot of the fintech space, Haptel, those things. When you say fintech, you mean financial technology companies. So mobile money, interoperability, but look at it. Manufacturing, 6.3%.
But would you take that one as we are talking about?
And I make
against this.
No, so I'm saying that when you compare to this, and you see the explanation for Europe having more services, that they are living a post-industrial revolution. Or my own industrialization is so when you compare to Ghana, they are doing an average of what? 15 to 30%. We are doing 6.3%. When you even compare to Asia, the South Korea, the Malaysians, who are contemporaries when we gain independence, they were doing about 20% in the 70s and the 80s. Now, the 70s and the 80s takes me to this book by Professor Bafo Ajimendia. I think 2 videos on this book. I think people should get it on my personal YouTube and check. The reason why this leader is one of my best leaders at Kwame Nkrumah. But my training in NPP and NDC now because he found himself in an interesting historical quagmire. Oh no, I'm so truncate Buzia, which antecedent is now NPP. NDC is soon able to so it's like if you are praising him, why did you kill him? You see the quagmire. That's why I said that it's an historical quagmire. Most of your irrigation dams are well assisted. 90% is I care champo. In fact, my catch was a sheriff, and we don't do it in windows. She give you the data. When you look at the biggest or the largest agricultural dam in West Africa, the Tono Dam, it was a champo, Kasana and Kana district. This is SEGA report, the State Interest Governance Accountability, their own report on it. Now, Makacho said in the 70s, for 2 years, Ghana didn't import rice according to the Ghana Statistical Service. It's because of the Bawumia irrigation dam, which was started in 1975. In 1975, who was the head of state, the Champon, and concluded in 1979. We didn't import rice. Today, we imported rice, billions of cedis. They buy a minimum. So it's not like say bida. There's a historical antecedent for 2 years. Ghana didn't import rice because the Champon saw a vision. And that's why they always compare Thomas Sankara. On NPP, one village, one dam. People thought it wasn't new. That's what Thomas Sankara did in Cote d'Ivoire. Burkina Faso, sorry. They call it one god, one village. That is why today Ghana is spending what? An average of $100 million to import tomatoes from a desert. You talk carrot from Morocco, North Africa, the Maghreb. It's because what the leadership thought about it. Now, I gave you all this background because I believe, and these are some of the irrigation dams. So I picked this from the authority, the Irrigation Development Authority, 1977. All these irrigation dams, Suchare, rice, they are all products of a champon. I care champon. None of the 4 Republican leaders can compare to a champon in any sector. I'm ready to do debate with anybody, sector by sector. I care champon. Phenomenon. But that's not the discussion for today. Now, 24-hour economy. I didn't see 24-hour economy in 2024. I saw it in 2020. And now, I felt that some of the NDC communicators also made a mockery of it. They couldn't communicate it well. And 2020, this is what is in the NDC manifesto. And I want to build it from. What is the 24-hour economy about? Because sometimes I feel so take conversation as a nipana shada, as a deliberate pollution, you know, person. Mami read must say, given Ghana's small size of only 31 million and a per capita income of $2,200, there will be an aggressive promotion of export, which will lead to a demand in labor to meet increased production for both domestic consumption and export. The key thematic area for the 1D1F is for export and also what consumption. Yebeduani yebediwa ha. Yebekechiri no ya add value e de akwadwama so that is 24-hour economy. But enya no kwa na 24-hour committee or say to accommodate this anticipated demand for Ghanaian goods and services, the next NDC government will create a three-shift economy, especially in manufacturing and other high-end services. This is where passport office comes in. This is where DVLA comes in. So the key area is where manufacturing and other high-end services. And to me, assume high-end service be anywhere. You can 24-hour economy. So this is the document. Now, launch and I had opportunity
so the
to
manufacturing which was ranking low. About 6.3% per data now. What my area no. It means that it's captured. In the 24-hour economy.
Yes. And in fact, when you listen to Dr. Gusitando, the presidential advisor on 24, he says that they are hoping that the 24-hour economy will contribute about 6% to GDP. So roughly, because of the thematic areas, I see that mostly in manufacturing. So that if that even contribute 4%, that's about 10%.
And that will increase exports.
Yes, exactly. And beyond that, the manufacturing is a sustainable job. I don't believe in those YEA jobs. Just Google, do a schedule YEA, from saying. Picketing. They just Google why you picket. You see a plethora of things. You've in trees, you've in afforestation, you've in this. They are not sustainable jobs. Now, 7 million, you go to your mokabisine.
Seriously.
It doesn't pay it. But we'll be here manufacturing.
It's a skill training.
Exactly.
When you're a skill.
I see the difference between me and YE is a one. The salary constitution pays me. I have a provident fund.
Sure.
I have social security. I have health care. 700 cedis, malaria, one malaria can take that away from you. So they are not sustainable jobs. So that's why I always key on manufacturing. That's why President Kufuor, the 1D1F, I sat here and applauded him. Just that the whole thing became some way kakra. Sure. It is the only way for us to live from. Now, I share my personal experience as I go on the journey. Because I told them I used to 70% of my time on this project. These are the key thematic areas of the 24-hour economy. They are 8. Grow Ghana, make 24, build 24, show 24, connect 24, fund 24, as far 2024, go 2024. Let me break it down for you. The Grow 2024, what they seek to do basically is agriculture. Or say, through transformational initiative, adding voter, which positions the voter basin as future breadbasket of West Africa, and Shepon, an urban farming scheme that deploys smart farming techniques in Ghana's metropolitan areas. Your voter basin, then we will irrigate the voter to serve as the irrigation support for these farms. Now, the breadbasket for West Africa. One of them okay, Niger Kuni see, you know. Yene kwada so onion market traders ne kasa wo love fm. Na akwa mo buy omo so omo track na kakwan so. Track ka something omo kofa jene free Niger. I couldn't believe it.
Maybe
me push ya brand here na o say omo kwa ko Morocco kofa carrot. Na me ya bodam. Okwa. Mo say maka cho say I dear minimenka. Anybody should Google Ghana business tomato export. 100 million for what? We have CSIR. We have the lands. Alkwa mimi obi ametukwa extensively in Ghana. Brekum to Doma, look at the lands. Go to Bunu East, look at the lands. It was here, but damn it, the voter base, you know, to serve as a bread basket.
Sure.
Ebu amebo boswa make 2024 no. Eye manufacturing value chain. Yatin to say we wo tie bodom process. Just add value. Ye bi build 2024 infrastructure, your road connectivity, any idea. In fact, I say most of this industry they will try to incentivize them to go to renewable energy. Renewable energy will benefit green energy and on them pollutu. Once an east is my friend fossil fuel and brown energy in energy nomenclature. They will rely on renewable energy and on by agro ecological parks any idea under the bill 2024. Now under the show 2024 no, there's a suggestion that the national cathedral and baby one on the baby a friend Ghana Mall.
Okay.
Or China malls. By Ghana Mall no Ghana near man produce from this 24-hour economic agricultural areas, strategic key areas and the cotton 24 hours.
Yeah.
Akwa Somebody Connect 2024 or say Connect 2024 address Ghana's long-standing infrastructure and logistic inefficiencies that increase the cost of doing business, suppresses local productivity and limits market integration.
And you see,
this program
before you go there, the Ghana Mall.
Yeah.
I quite remember now he was calling on the government say establishes because we to me could China Mall just because of products a free or ever establish productivity boost it go manufacture or the back not their Ghana made
ready market
Ghana
because China man never never free China
everyone ever it will be himself so free man on the crown never pay Ghana there. This is the best place to go. Yes, and
another explanation is also that or the China name or build the taste.
Right.
So over a period, we taste in our the next one you are going to look for is the same thing.
Yeah.
Or build the taste.
Yeah.
And you can say you taste as a son. Because the colonial masters over time build our taste bud for certain product. It is a Ghana DNA background. It will take you a long time to get it. I'll go China man and say me too coming. So I'm building my own studio and everything. I'll go no. Na me hwe building na am say we obeti a tax kakra bi or repatriating the profit then come back to China building the Chinese economy akwa because of time multidonal logistics no memo wade bi akofo ye and me when I say my favorite leaders that is my subjective analysis.
Right.
To me the Fourth Republic is the behemoth. Nobody comes close to President Kufuor. And I'll give you why. You should keep you about multidonal logistics. Keep him, mommy. Okay, I'm about to fund 2024. No, we provide access, capital to special purpose vehicle, Nello finances for okay, let me skip some of them because they be a kakra. These are some of the incentives, sir. And at 25 economy. What be 2 shifts in here? 20% corporate tax rebate. Multimedia. Me sure automatic is not young qualified by say a great firm. Na ye 2 shifter. What it means is that say near to your corporate tax of 100,000, say see about 75,000. In the corporate you save 25,000. What the 25,000 can do is that a smart business will plow it back into the business, expand the operations and employ more people. This is where the jobs are coming from. When you are doing a trade set, you get a 50% tax rebate on your corporate. It is out to 100,000, I bet you 50,000. Again, you have waivers. When it comes to your machinery, your raw materials you want to import, you have waivers. The counter to this is that the key things I able produce are these things: tomatoes, cereals, sanitary pad, medicine, any idea. Why you still want to bring it into the country through import? You pay a 2.5% on those products.
Right.
Do you understand it? So what it basically means is that my importation boy thing. So that we force you to patronize the locally made ones, or we force people to go into production. Trump first administration, or buying Ford. Ford wanted to build their plant in Mexico. Also, any problem. Obviously, I could see plants in Mexico, but the car nearby US, you pay more.
Right.
It forced Ford to build their plant in Colorado. That is leadership.
Yeah.
So for me, based on what is in the document, it is possible and it is plausible.
Right.
Now, anytime a car says Kufuor is a smart leader, is this? See or say. the Volta Corridor is a special industrial development plan to transform the Volta River Basin into a logistics and production backbone. It will anchor agroecological parks, industrial and inland water transport system to enable low-cost north-south integration. Akokwa, Kumasi Highway, we may see a friend N6 Highway is the busiest road we have in Ghana.
Yeah.
It's a trans-African route. Niger, Burkina Faso, Mali. Omoniama ba na accident bebre si kwan we na omwa. E kwan ni bebre se na omwa. Kofo etia omse about the yebadwen a de ben de ben. I wrote this article somewhere 2024 on the Taman-Pakadan Railway. And I was applauding Kofo and I was also applauding Mahama Mills and everything. One of the few projects the successive government gave the spirit and letter of Article 6 and Chapter 6 of our Constitution, the directive principles of state policy. This is a direct fulfillment of that provision of our Constitution, together with the Kumasi Airport. Kufo in July 2007, thought say, the way the tracks the Fakwan way,
right.
So let's do Tema and Pakadan. What is it about? We will near money from Tema, Porter. You use the railway to connect it to Akosumu.
Sure.
But when they got to Akosumu, they found that under Kufuor that the structural integrity of the dam no form.
Yeah.
So they cannot do that. They had to do a diversion to Impakadan. So to 2007 to 2016, we were doing Tema Akosombo Railway. So when Akufo-Addo came and they did the structural integrity, they found out that the integrity of the dam was an issue. So they took it to Impakadan. Now, that's what happened. When the goods get or transported by rail to Mpakadan, then the Volta transport will use the ferry and carry the goods from Mpakadan to Bupe. What does it do? It fastens business, reduces traffic and congestion on the roads, reduces accidents, and also it's also cheap to transport. So that is the vision. So they want to leverage that. Say the Volta Basin farms no the irrigation we will transport some of the goods using you see that's what I always tell you say if you have a national plan you see how 24-hour economy I be leveraging one of the things somebody thought about 2007 that is it so akokwa the key kubason by nyama way legon pharmacy aboni ade so these are the key things I wanted to show you on the 24-hour economy now akokwa strategically these are some of the things they want to produce. Let me just give you that. They want to focus on cereals, grains, maize, rice, and millet. I go, why Mr. China, Ukraine and Russia economy. Ghana was not happy because he had trained wheat, beba. And I've always told people that when you do climate analysis, we say Mr. China, Ghana Meteorological Agency, and we analyze agro-material data. Morocco no more phone. You know what they do? You have to be cloud seeding.
Okay.
Cloud seeding is a multimedia soon. We can cause artificial rain to fall. It is possible. You get it? So it tells you that you don't need to have the right climate. Now, say China started cuckoo. See it here. So you don't necessarily. You can create it. And you focus on maize. Now, I'm saying, what is it? You maize. You could free a bro. And you focus on vegetable, tomatoes, onions, pepper, okra, or you see soya bean, groundnut, or your palm. I go maybe free kwabi brim. Assume kwabi brim. Hana GOP, those who do a signboard names on a Ghana Oil Palm Development Corporation. I think that's a Ghana. I think so, my tongue.
Right.
When you go to quiet chop, you say, assume a bear own. See, oil palm is what live from Malaysia. I tell you, good. GOPDC is a pale shadow of itself. But what me be sram no bremen go or breme oil. It's something we can easily do. And then sunflower ni ye difference be a shadow umuza. And let me say this lastly. I think last year or early this year, I'm a walk. I bet if you're connecting to a farm.
Right.
We drove several kilometers. Grass and corn. You know why I said Champon is a great leader? When you read this book, when he went to the US for training, to train him, almost a felson, maybe a wheat, several kilometers wheat. That was why he did Operation Feed Yourself. No, Shade. Why can't you convert these grass into maize farms, into rice farms?
Right.
It will help us. If I say I believe in 24-hour economy, this is my reason.
Thank you.
Now, okay.
I think so. Can you use 5 minutes for that one?
Yes, inflation. Yes, mayama. Yes, mayama. Yes, mayama.